Good morning. We are in front of Atarazana's Market, which is the main market here in Malaga. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
So today we're going to try something a little bit different. Two of our favorite things in Spain so far, and even at home, have been the Spanish wine and the Spanish ham, the jamon. We've been enjoying them immensely while we're here, but today we wanted to do a little experiment. So there are a wide range of price points and grades for the Spanish Jamon Iberico. So we wanted to try and do a taste test to see if the super expensive stuff is how much better than the super cheap stuff you would get at the grocery store. We're also going to do the same with wine. Get like a high-end one, a mid-range one, a cheap one, do a blind taste test back at the Airbnb and see how that goes. So let's go shopping. We have gone to the market, we have our Jamon Iberico. Now we're gonna go wine shopping, which I'm really excited about because even back in Canada, Spanish wines are absolutely our favorite, so I'm really looking forward to this one.
And to finish up our shopping trip, we are heading to the grocery store to pick up the cheapest wine and the cheapest ham we can find.
We've got our ham, we've got our wine.
Time to prep. As is tradition in Spain, we're going to start with wine.
So we bought 3 different bottles. This first one, which was the most expensive, is Cabernet Sauvignon. It's actually local to Malaga. Then we have this one, which was the middle range one. It is a Monastral. And then the low end one we just picked up at the grocery store. It is a Tempranillo, a Crianza, which is a wine we often enjoy at home. One thing for sure is that we have found that the wine in Spain is insanely inexpensive across the board. Bottles that we recognize at home that we would get for $15, $20, we find here in the grocery store for €1 or $2.
And now it's time to kick Angela out of the room so I can pour these, and we're going to blind taste test them.
Just so you know, we only have 2 wine glasses in the Airbnb. These are the only cups, so we had 3 of the same, so that's why we're using these for this blind taste test. I've left the room, Jeff has poured these, so let's give them a shot. This is the first one. Test number 2. And test number 3.
So tell us, which one's the high end?
I think this one's a high end.
No.
Shit. It's got like like this tannininess that I usually associate with wines that are a little bit expensive. I don't know why that is. This one's got like that smoky kind of leatheriness that we usually associate with the Spanish Tempranillos that we drink.
Okay.
And this one is my favorite taste-wise.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So the results of this taste test do not surprise me at all. While I do enjoy wine quite frequently, I don't pretend to know a whole lot about it. One thing I do know from back home though is that Tempranillo has always been one of my favorite varietals. I like it a lot. I purchase it at home a lot because it's got this smoky, leathery quality that I enjoy. So that explains that. Next, we are going to test the Jamon.
So, next up on the little agenda here is going to be trying out the different hams that we got. For a blind taste test for this, we can't do this visually looking at it. You can see from the colors of them, they're pretty obvious what they are and we know what the labels are. So the way we're going to do this is Angela's going to blindfold me and feed me.
Pop ham into his mouth.
But we wanted to tell you a little bit about the different cuts of meat that you see out in front of you right now.
Sure. So the Jamon Iberico, which are these two right here, come from a special breed of pig that is very prized here in Spain. That's the Iberico pig. Both of these have to be at least 50% black Iberian pig.
Yep.
This one is acorn fed. He's free range and he eats acorns, or she.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the middle section here has to be, once again, the 50% Iberico pig is not free range, is fed only grains throughout the course of its life.
And this last one here, we picked up super cheap at the supermarket. The breed of pig is not important at all. This is kind of more of a mass-produced consumer product.
Yep. Just to quickly note here, there is a grade of Jamon Iberico that is prized in Spain that we could not find. It would be a black label. It has to be 100% purebred Iberican pig and
Iberico pig.
Iberico, we're not sure which.
Yeah.
Also, and it is acorn fed. That is all free range and acorn fed.
Yeah.
Those cuts of meat that you will find for that particular cut of meat can range up to 4,500 euros for a shoulder of this cut of meat, and we just couldn't find it. The red label here is the highest that we can find. So let me go get ready for this blind taste test.
We couldn't find a blindfold around the house. Fortunately, due to COVID, masks are very readily available, so we just kind of repurposed this for the sake of this experiment. So I am going to give Jeff a blind taste test, starting with this one.
Just let me know when you're coming towards me.
I'm coming to you. I'm coming in. Airplane noises. All right, number 2. Coming in. Incoming. Sorry. And the final ham. Oh, incoming, baby. Open up. Number 3.
If I had to guess what I was eating there, I would say the first one was the high end.
You think the first one was the high end, and then the second and the third?
I think the second one was this.
Okay.
And I think this was the third one.
Okay. It was the first one.
Really?
The second one, which you got right, and then the third one. So close. Much closer than I was.
Really? This was the first one?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's actually the lower grade from that one there. I actually think it was better.
You like that one better?
I actually like that one better.
Okay.
So I poured myself the 20 euro wine because I did have a little bit of a taste of it, and I knew as soon as I tasted it that it was a Cab Sauv.
Jeff is a little more sophisticated than I am.
We could tell from my picking. Angela has a glass of the super cheap dollars or euro whatever wine.
Yep.
So we're going to sit and eat and have some food and enjoy ourselves here.
Enjoy some ham.
So we are going to finish off our evening with another glass of wine. I'm on the mid-range one. She is still on the cheap one.
I love cheap wine.
And we're going to close this one out here right now. So just to quickly let you know, everything that we purchased for this whole thing that we attempted to do was
The cheese, the
Yep.
ham, the sweets, the wine, the olives, the bread, everything all together was about $65 US.
not too bad. Still a lot cheaper than it is to go out to dinner anywhere. And in fairness here, especially when we start talking about the Iberico hams, we bought very small portions. We were buying 50-gram portions of these, which for our American friends works out to less than 2 ounces of meat that we were buying of each one of them.
And to be fair, we also did buy 3 bottles of wine, which we're going to have to work really hard if we're going to finish tonight.
I don't think that's going to happen. So,
if you have, if you're a fan of the Jamon Iberico or the Spanish ham in general, leave a comment down below and let us know what your favorite is.
and be sure to like and subscribe so you guys can follow along and see what happens next.
Cheers!